Hey everybody, this is a quick lesson that derived from a brief free play session that I had with a student of mine. One thing I want you to know before you watch the free play portion is that I'm not really trying to beat my student here. I'm trying to expose my student to a variety of attacks and a variety of sort of inputs so that I can see how he's choosing to deal with these certain threats and how he's trying to progressively take advantage from both my attacks and from his attacks at me. So you see about halfway through here, I hit him with a schielhauw a couple of times, and after that, that's what I decided to focus on as we chat through kind of some best practices and how to unleash the schielhauw in your attacks. So when we come back to that, I'll start narrating again, but for now, just enjoy the spar. So the schielhauw is essentially just a cut with the short edge from above. Meyer is only that specific about it. There's a variety of different ways you can do it effectively, but essentially Meyer wants you to take a cut from above with the short edge, usually to the top of the head, or to use it to set up a thrust. So what I'm explaining to my student is the typical schielhauw, the one that reaches the furthest, is about the height of your shoulders. But if you want to intercept somebody's cut from above at you with the schielhauw, you have to get your hands and the hilt of your sword and your crossguard quite a lot higher to intercept their cut higher along its trajectory, and so that the strong of your sword interacts with the weak of their sword. You'll see me work through that a couple of times here. Another thing to consider is the position of the cross guard. So when you make a schielhauw, your hands are going to be pretty close to your opponent's sword. Specifically, they're going to be pretty close to the cutting portion of your opponent's sword. So when you send your schielhauw in, you should be able to turn the cross guard in such a way that the cross guard is in between your opponent's edge and your fingers. That's all we're really working on here. So what I'm explaining here is that I made a couple of attacks and I saw his response was to chop down on top of my sword. And because I knew he was going to react to my attack and he was going to try to move my sword aside, I knew that he was setting me up pretty well for a schielhauw. Now I'm also showing him a couple of uses of the schielhauw against fencers in lower postures, like a flug, because their weak is out in front of them and at about their chest level. If you get your schilt forward along that line through the weak of their sword, you should be able to make a straight line thrust to their body pretty easily. If somebody's standing in long point as well, you can do the same thing. You can displace their point very strongly with the strong of your sword. From long point, it's going to be harder for you to turn that into like a one-step attack that hits their body. It is possible, but it's a little tougher. If they're in flug like that, you just unleash the schielhauw and walk in behind it, and you're going to hit people as long as you're actually aiming for the right spot. And then lastly, you can also get to the schielhauw through the sturzhauw, right? The sturzhauw is a cut that starts from a high posture that flows all the way through the low postures and then comes back up on the other side. And if you start from the right, cut all the way through and come up on the left side, that's just a schielhauw, just like the first schielhauw we were talking about before. That's really it. This is just how I work with some of my senior students after a bit of free play. I kind of zero in on something I think might make a little useful lesson, and we talk about it for a couple minutes. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.